Well, hello. Welcome to another Microsoft Flight Simulator stream. This is a weird stream. This is a night stream. I almost never do night streams. The last night stream I did actually was for the technical stress of 2024. Normally do morning streams, but I figured, I have the house to myself, and I think today's going to be a great day for a night stream. We're going to take this beautiful A319, this American livery A319, on a real-world flight. We're taking it here from Havana up north to Miami. So a short little hop. Really cool airport here. I did not expect it to work in 2024. This is my first attempt with it in 2024, but it's a paidware add-on. I also added in the what is it? The LVFR. I think that's what it is. The Miami paidware. And this is also going to be the first time I'm trying to land there. So we had a couple first times here on this flight, and man, 2024 can look just absolutely incredible at times. Right? This is incredible looking. This is just gorgeous. Now, we are using Beyondatc, and what I normally don't do for flights when it comes to Beyondatc is I normally don't... hey, perfect time. Welcome in, Jay. What I normally do with Beyondatc is I will talk to it, because it does have voice recognition and reback enforcement. But today I'm feeling lazy, so I'm going to just let the AI talk to AI. We're going to have Copilot do all the comms for us. But so let's get started. The walk-around mode in 2024 can be really cool sometimes. But let's jump on in, huh? How would it... So the first officer or the captain will walk outside, right? So I think some of the gates have like a staircase on the outside, right? Like normally, isn't it like on the side here? So you can exit. Like, isn't there like a staircase sometimes here? And then you hop up there and then go inside the cockpit? I think that's how it is. All right, let's jump on in here. Visuals are awesome, especially lighting, night lighting. Yeah, so I thought about switching the time, but I was like, you know what? We're flying over the ocean. There's really nothing to see. And like you said, the night lighting is really cool, especially when we get into Miami and you get all the city lights. Oh man, it's so cool. I'm excited to get there. All right, so we have the Phoenix. We're going to import our flight plan. So here we are, Havana to Miami. Short hop. I actually just did this flight just before this stream. I was doing it in FS HUD. So I kind of want to see what FS HUD and Beyondatc is going to do with this flight. Click that button. I like to go ahead and sync all this jazz. The brightness here, this is an issue that the Phoenix has at certain times within the new sim, so keep that in mind. This is an early access experimental version, I think is what they call it over at Phoenix, so there may be some issues here and there. Let's get the external power on, batteries going, pumps going as well. J. Russ, I'm thinking now about your cockpit. The picture you sent me is so cool. It'd be so cool to have something like that. The thing for me though is I jump between Boeing and Airbus. Obviously right now with 2024 we're very limited with the Boeing. But once the iFly comes out, or the PMGG, whoever's first, with their 737, I'm probably going to end up flying that for an awful lot. Because I know once the iFly came out for 2020, I ditched the Airbus and went on over to Boeing for quite a while there. And I was just watching 757 Spy, and he's flying the CRJ, and now I have that feeling that I want to fly the CRJ. Every time whenever I watch him stream, I'm looking at him flying all these different planes. I'm like, man, now I kind of want to fly that plane. I want to fly that, So he was flying like the Inabil's 306 for a while there, and so I got back into that since it came out to 2024. I don't fly it as much though in 2024 because it does have some performance issues, and the 2024 version has was it the strobe or nav light or both cause an FPS drop when you look on the outside and go back into the cockpit. So I'm gonna kind of wait for them to get that all fixed out before I jump in and do more flights. And of course, I forgot to upgrade or update the briefing panel here. This is from flightsim.to. Highly recommend it, really, really cool. But you can fetch it, and now I can get my cost index. And we're cruising up to 330, so already SimBrief for the FS HUD flight gave me 310, and now we're cruising up a little bit higher on this flight. Really want to make the right seat for the Boeing and left for the... That's a beautiful idea. My wife is going to throw a fit now, though. You know, funny story. So after you sent me that picture, I don't have the space to do what you did, which is really awesome. If I did, there's no doubt I would. But after you sent me that picture, I started looking at potential like next level kind of flight setups you can get for a somewhat reasonable price, like $500, $600. I asked my wife, you know, because I stream in the living room. That's where my setup is. And so I had asked her, like, well, would it be all right if I did that? And she's like, well, yeah, absolutely, do what you want to do, but keep in mind that you don't always do flight sim. And she did bring up a valid point there. I don't only do flight sim. I primarily do flight sim nowadays. But she is correct. I don't always do flight sim. So it kind of like, maybe I don't need that setup. And it'll keep me occupied for just a little bit till I get back on the bandwagon and see more, you know, other cockpit setups and whatnot. What do we got here? Air pack 1 is off. What? Fault. External power available. Anywho, so let's go ahead and set that good. I feel like I'm missing something. What am I missing? Alright, well, anyways, we got this set up here, right? We have most of it set up. Performance, good. Flight plan, we're expecting runway 6. Alright. And we are doing the EPMAR via Maxim. And Miami, we're expecting runway 8 right. So interesting, FS HUD was forcing me, well, not forcing me, but selecting runway 9. I'm gonna stick with runway 8 right and see if what's it called? Well, Beyondatc. Wow, forgot what I was using. I forgot if that will keep 8 right as well. So it will be interesting to see that as well. All right, I think we are set there. Let's get Beyondatc rolling then, shall we? So we are going to do a clearance. Mine is a small room upstairs, and building it is part of the hobby for me. Ah, yeah. Well, it's a great hobby. Looks like we're going to be on ground because there is no clearance here in Havana. Now let's go ahead and get our clearance.
American 516, ready for airways to Miami.
Oh, I just screwed something up somewhere. Okay. GPU on...
American 516, Marty ground, expect runway 06, EPMAR 3 departure with the maximum transition, initial climb to flight level 060,
I thought it was available.
Squawk 3416.
EPMAR 3 departure with the Maxim transition, Squawk 3416, American 516.
American 516,
3416.
Call me back when ready for pushback or engine start.
Wilco, American 516.
Oh, let me lower down. Sorry, I forgot that. Let me lower down the volume just a little bit. My bad, sorry. I forgot I recorded a podcast yesterday, and I always have to increase it. Alright, it's available now. APU bleed is on, so you can go external power off, available, okay, and that should be good there, right? I'm not sure what that means. We got no smoke. Okay, all right, we're all clear. Okay, so I must have just not clicked the button. I thought it did. All right, and our flight plan stayed, right? Because this plane is good at that. Yep, everything is good there. Yep, GPS is good still. Okay, we're good. Beyondatc is... Oh.
ceiling 3000 broken.
See, there's an issue I have
Temperature
sometimes, and I've seen it
2.20.
reported. Sometimes my comms change magically, and it's not beyond ATC, because it does it in other ATC programs too. Alright, let's get a
American
pushback.
516 at stand 8. Request pushback.
So I'm using pushback helper, or
American
pushback
516.
something from Flight Sim
Multi-ground.
TO.
Pushback and engine start approved. Face southeast.
Southeast.
Pushback approved. Face southeast, American 516.
Alright, so we're here at 8, so let's go here, and we're going to push back there. Good there. Release to parking brake. Let's go over here. That's all good. Request it, hold it, and good to go there. Down below. That. Let's turn on some of that.
Large electronic devices. Also, please be reminded that any
And
small
engine 2
handheld
coming up. These are the
electronic devices, such as
IAE
cell
engines
phones,
for this
tablets,
flight.
and smartwatches may be used, but they must be placed in the airplane mode. If your tablet has a detachable keyboard, the keyboard
I was
must be
recently
detached
actually
for takeoff.
using
We
the
appreciate your cooperation with
CFMs
this
for a
request.
bit,
Flight attendants armed or
and for
to
whatever
cross
reason I
check,
decided I want to
stand by
switch
for all
back
calls.
over. Alright, see now the lighting adjusted itself. Oh, forgot to start up Newsky. If you've never used Newsky, I highly recommend it. It's a really good basic career mode. I think it's more of like
Welcome
a
aboard
flight
American
tracker,
Airlines. On behalf of the entire
but either
crew,
way,
we
it's
look
really good.
forward to assisting you today because
Very
you are
basic,
why we
but
fly,
serves a
and we're
purpose.
excited to get you to the people and places that matter to you. Let us know how we can help you as we get you
Let's look outside here while we're waiting for that engine to kick on up. Yeah, this night lighting is so cool.
Your
Alright,
safety
looking
is
grand
important
there.
to us. Please pause for a moment to give your attention to the flight attendants. Luggage and personal articles should be
Alright, engine
or under
number
the seat in
1,
front
or
of
sorry,
you.
2
To
is good,
prepare for
engine number 1
departure,
coming up
close
next.
your tray table and place your seat in
We
the
are going to
upright
be a
position.
flaps
For
1
those
departure,
customers seated in an overwing exit seat, window shades must remain open for taxi,
and we're going to go
takeoff,
max
and
all
landing.
brakes. All
If you
good
haven't
there.
already fastened your seatbelt, insert the metal
And let's
fitting
go ahead and
into the
taxi,
buckle and
get our
pull
American
the
test
strap
runs.
so it's
516,
tight
taxi for
across your
departure.
hips. To open your seatbelt, lift the top of the buckle. Keep your seatbelt fastened when the seatbelt sign is on,
Runway
and just in
06,
case there's
taxi via
turbulence,
Delta
keep it on
Alpha.
whenever you are in your seat.
Runway 06,
US
taxi
law
via
requires
Delta.
compliance with
Alpha,
lighted
American
and posted
516.
signs and crew instructions.
So to
All
verify
flights
that,
are
we can go to
non-smoking,
Navigraph
which
here,
includes e-cigarettes.
and go
It
to
is
this
against the
guy,
law
go
to tamper
start,
with, disable,
and
or
look at
destroy
our
the
chart
laboratory
here.
smoke detectors. This
One thing I
safety
like
card
about the
in your
iFly is
seat
you can
pocket
use your
explains
mouse
the safety
wheel to
features
zoom
of
in here.
this airplane, including the
So
location
Delta,
and
Alpha,
operation of exits
and then departure.
flotation devices.
So perfect.
This airplane has 2 exit doors in the front, 4
So
window
far,
exits over
between
the wings,
Saint
and 2 exit doors
Beyond
in the back.
ATC and
All
FS HUD,
exits have
they were both the exact same
evacuation
with the
slides to
taxi
use in an
clearances.
emergency.
Alright,
The
engine
exit, jump
number
onto the slide and
2,
move away from the
1,
airplane.
grand,
In a
we have
water
taxi
evacuation,
clearance.
the exit door
Good.
slides in the front
Up
and
top
back of the
here,
airplane can be
bleed,
detached
master
and
switch
used for
off, let's do
flotation.
all call.
All exits are
Takeoff
clearly
config,
marked
all
with
grand.
signs and opening instructions.
And let's taxi.
If needed, exit path lighting in the aisle will illuminate near the floor to guide you to an exit indicated by signs and lights. Keep in
So
mind,
interesting
closest
news
exit
development
may
for
be
those
behind
who've been
you.
following the
In
channel
the
for a
event of an
bit.
emergency, leave
Found
all
out
belongings and proceed to the closest usable
sometime this
exit.
week that
If
I no
needed,
longer
oxygen
have
masks will
access
drop from
to
an
say
overhead
intentions.
compartment. Remain seated
I
with
have
your
been
seatbelt fastened and pull the mask
administratively
down to
administered
obstruct the flow
the
of oxygen. Place the mask over your nose and
whatever the
mouth
word
and
was,
put the
banned,
elastic
pretty much
band
banned
over your head.
from using
Hold the
their
chest
software.
straight in and breathe normally. Put
I
on your
was
mask
going
before
to
helping others.
do a
Oxygen
not a
is
review,
flowing
but a
even if the
comparison
bag
video
doesn't
of all
deflate.
3
In a
FS
water
HUD Beyond
evacuation,
ATC
you can use
and
your
say
seat
intentions
cushion for flotation.
for the channel
Pull
for
up your
those
cushion
because
and take it to the closest usable exit.
there were a couple of
When
people
exiting
who
the
had made
airplane,
comments
place
asking
your
for that,
arm
so I
through
was
the
certainly
strap
going to do
and
that
tuck
and
the
give
cushion to your chest.
them my money.
If necessary, an infant life
They
vest will
decided
be
that they
distributed
did not
by
want it,
flight
so
attendant. The safety card shows how to use it.
therefore,
We will be dimming the
there
cabin
will be no
lights for
content
takeoff. Individual reading light
for
controls
them
are
anymore,
overhead.
which is
Thank you for
unfortunate.
your attention. Enjoy
I
your
didn't ask
flight.
any reasoning. I don't care. My guess is that Brian, who is the developer and head honcho over there, is pissed off because
Federal regulations
I've been making
including the use of e-cigarettes and vaping
videos
devices
for
at
that's
onboard
about
aircraft.
Beyond
These
ATC and FS
devices
HUD
may
and
not be plugged into
whatnot,
any
and he
power
doesn't
source,
like
including
competition
USB
apparently. He doesn't
ports
like
and
an
AC
open market,
outlets.
doesn't like
If
freedom
you
of
are wearing
speech.
a face covering in
Full disclosure, I was a mod for their channel for a while, and I made a video, it was back in October, that was showing two different stages of flights, or sorry, all stages of flights for both of those Beyond ATC and St. Intentions. And I was still a mod, of course, for the channel at the time, and I went ahead and posted that video, and it was simply just saying how both of these pieces of software are fantastic. And at the end, I said something like, I think everyone should try St. Intentions because it is a trial piece of software, right? You have an access 24-hour trial. Beyond ATC, you do not. All you can do is buy it, but I also think everyone should buy Beyond ATC because that's the only option, is to buy it. However, in the TOS, Beyond ATC does state, they do state that you do have the option for a refund when it's a certain time period. So technically, there kind of is kind of asterisks, like a trial. I don't recommend that though. But because it's $30, one-time purchase, definitely buy it. There's no doubt so much better than the default stuff. And then try St. Intentions, because I feel that if you tried it, you'd be like, yeah, this is pretty cool. I'm gonna, get a subscription to it. He didn't like my wording, kicked me out of the Discord group as a mod, and then because of that remark, I said, the hell with them. I'm not gonna do content for them anymore. But the community was asking for stuff, so I was going to be willing to do such things. And well, his loss. The hell with it. Doesn't harm me by any means. All right, let's get our departure.
American 516.
You were removed as well, huh?
06.
He refunded your, wow.
American 516,
Is it because you were
Marty Tower,
making comments in their Discord? He doesn't like criticism?
Cleared for takeoff.
Runway 06 cleared for takeoff. American 516.
I feel that, I don't know, Jay, if you've watched any of Gamer Nexus stuff. I'm not sure how much of a geek you are. I'm a geek, 100%. But I feel I should do some research on this matter, because I know we're not the only two. I know of at least 2 other people who were completely banned from using their software. And I feel that maybe if the community knew more about this, maybe Brian would stop being an asshole. And understand that we are here for assistance and support and trying to make the product as best as we can, because competition is great, especially in the flight sim world, because we don't have a whole lot of competition. His loss, he's losing out on money from you, me, and the other people I know, and all the people I don't know. All right, rotate. Looking good there. Let's bring up a little brightness so I can see what I'm doing. Gear going up. Alright, so we are cleared for our departure. All's grand there. You're banned this week, huh? I know you told me a little bit about it, so I assume had to be with the Discord stuff. Welcome in, Sacked Potato. How do you talk to ATC in free flight? So, this is Beyond ATC I'm using. This is Beyond ATC. So you can do voice recognition talking, or in this case, I'm letting the co-pilot do all of it for me.
120.3, American 516.
Alright, flaps going up.
Havana, American 516. Good
And
evening, 2,200
bring back the
feet.
volume just a little bit too. It seems like it's a little loud. Sorry.
American 516 Havana departure identified. Climb to flight level 160.
160.
Climb to flight level 160, American 516.
So Sack Potato, I will turn off the auto response for a few moments here, and so the next call, whenever that is, I'll use voice recognition. It's really, really cool. It's called Beyond ATC. It's $30 purchase. It's only available on PC, so if you're on the Xbox, unfortunately, it's not on there. But it's really, really cool. And Beyond ATC has traffic injection. I read my original post and their response to my wife to get another perspective. Ah, Yeah, you know what? They're just a bunch of assholes over there. No, I shouldn't say them. They're not. No. Scott is amazing. Scott is one of the coolest people I've had the pleasure to interact with very little, but in their Discord, on my channel here. Scott is a stud. Scott is awesome. And, shoot. Can't think of their name right now.
Card members earn up to $25 back on in-flight Wi-Fi purchases.
Oh man. Oh, Justice. McCracken. McCracken's cool too. McCracken and Justice are down to earth, really cool dudes. And I wish them nothing but success. They're great people. McCracken, as I was doing things on this channel, was incredible to work with. When I was a mod on their Discord, it was incredible to work with. I had nothing but praise for McCracken. Nothing but praise for him and Scott. Scott was just as great. Scott was, I don't know if he still follows this channel or not, but Scott was one of the early followers to this channel back in March of last year, when I had, nothing going on with it. But Scott's good people, and McCracken just as good. And there's a handful of other people on there too that are really good. But head honcho there, not a fan. Not a fan of him. If that's the way he runs a business, shouldn't have a business. Shouldn't have a business. Oop. Alright, AP it was on. I turned it off accidentally. Landing lights are off. And let's look at the outside here. It's going to get real loud. Look at that. How cool is that? That's awesome. Man, this sim. 2024. Yeah, I will message you later in Discord. It honestly has no bearings on my life, though. Not sure why Brian is being that way. Yeah, again, his loss. His loss. Alright, so after Maxim, we don't have a vector at that point. So, we're going to have to wait for what Beyondatc gives us clearance for. My assumption is we're going to go to the Snide... I don't know what that's supposed to be. Sandbur 3. The Sandbur 3 arrival, and then Maxim transition. Oh, this is our transition. We're going, yeah, so that should be fine. That should be right. So let's go down here. Clear this out. Insert that.
American 516. Contact Havana Center 120.25.
Voices are so cool. 120.25 Delta 5, or sorry, American 516. See ya. So there you are. There's voice recognition. And now I have it so it's auto-tuned for the radio, so it automatically will switch the radio for me, and then we'll make the call over to Havana Center. Havana Center, American 516, 14,000, climbing 16,000.
American 516, Havana Center, identified climb to flight level 330.
Flight level 330, Delta, sorry, American 516. I've been recently flying American call sign. My brain's not
Southwest 3953.
up to par yet.
Contact Miami Center 124.7.
So that Southwest is a virtual plane in the sky that's actually flying. If I had Beyondatc traffic map still installed, I might, I just don't know where. I could show you that, and you'd be able to see that Southwest somewhere within the vicinity of this flight. Alright, so we're climbing up to 330. It's a lot dark in this cockpit here once the lights start working properly. Let's bring up these a little bit. Brighten this up a little bit. Those are good. Up here looks fine. I'll brighten up a little bit more though. Okay, grand there. And all looks good there now. So I have on the right of me, I have the Windwing FCU. I also have the right EFIS. I don't need the left one, just the way my setup is. So if you see me not switching switches here, it's because I have actual, real, physical switches in the cockpit here. I will be doing eventually like a webcam so you can see all that jazz. Because I know people do like it. Alright, so Miami, we're expecting runway 8 right still. And this is our arrival. So, yeah, all should be good. We'll go direct to whatever this is, Sandbar 3. And then we're going to go to leg, and then vectored in for the arrival. I assume a visual since we are VFR. Upon arrival, upon arrival, runway 8, if that's going to continue, we'll exit somewhere here on the right side and taxi to wherever American taxis to. The really cool thing about Beyondatc is that it will direct you to the correct location based on your airline. So I think it's really, really cool. And this is all done by Beyondatc and not the community slaving away to make someone else's product better, unlike another piece of software I won't mention. Alright, all grand there. Flight level 214. Soon we'll get switched on over to... Oh, I think it's coming up now. Oh, never mind. Look at this, the difference here. Look how dark it is here, and then the sun's going down over here. That's so cool. You see how the side here, it's so dark? And this is so awesome. The night stuff is just so much better in 2024. So much better. I've said it on countless number of streams now, but like really the only plane I want is a 737. I'm missing that plane. You know, eventually I like to see the CRJ come down the road, and apparently they're working on a version, an updated version. Though it sounds like it's going to be a 2020 version update, and then eventually a 2024 update. I don't know how much truth there is to that, but based on the video I saw, which looks really cool, we may see a CRJ in 2024 sometime down the road. Who knows? I like to see the E-Jet from FSS come on over too, but really, like I said, the 737 is the only plane I'm waiting for right now. I personally do short hauls. If you watch any of this channel, you know that for sure. It's short haul stuff. Alright, so I would guess sometime soon, within the next 4 or 5 minutes here, we'll probably get some instructions of what we're going to be doing for the arrival.
Tomjet 173 Heavy, contact Miami Center 124.7. Have a good evening.
Contact Miami Center 124.7. Tomjet 173 Heavy. Have a good evening.
And the voices on Beyondatc are so cool. I like when you're in Texas, they have more of the, you know, southern accent. And of course here we're flying out of Cuba, so you're gonna have more of a Hispanic accent. You get up to New York, you know, the east coast of US, and you have that Boston kind of accent going on. Really, really cool. Really, really cool. Alright, making our turn here momentarily.
Contact 2117 Heavy, contact Havana Center 133.7.
Contact Havana Center 133.7, Condor 2117 Heavy. Bye-bye.
So if you are new to the channel, welcome in. Today I actually posted, I'm going to switch on over to auto response now for Beyondatc, because earlier today I posted a new video up on the channel, and it's about Beyondatc. and why I think it's such a great program. I do have a video coming out sometime next week to kind of give a little bit more detail on it.
Right.
But while we have a second here, let's pop up the video. Shall we? So let's get rid of Flight Sim real quick. Silence you. And we'll still hear Beyondatc, but alright, time to launch some Chat Command AI ATC. Who's that guy? Oh no, not again.
AI tour person here. Did you know?
Please don't.
Hi, I'm an AI flight attendant. We are at flight level 124.
I haven't even taken off yet.
Contact Miami Center 124.7.
Contact Miami Center
Bob, we are not in a
124.7.
Cessna.
American
Flight 123 cleared
516.
for departure, runway 82. On
82.
departure, may be
Miami
turn
Center,
left, heading
American
489.
516. Good
Currently
evening.
Maintain
Passing flight level
810.
I'm switching to something else. This is crazy.
I think.
Frontier Flight 1588, Las Vegas ground, cleared to Denver Airport. Nights for departure, E1's transition, then is filed. Climb via SID, departure frequency 133.905, squawk 2134.
Okay, city approach. Good day, altimeter tree 006. Expect the ILS runway tree 5 right.
Contact Fort Worth Center 124.75.
Delta 516, runway tree 6 right, taxi via Golf 11 Foxtrot Whiskey Romeo.
Descend via Tisdale Tree arrival, Will Rogers World Airport landing runway tree 5 right, altimeter tree 006.
Descend via Tisdale 3, runway 35 right.
Delta 516, Rogers Tower, wind tree 55 at 15, runway tree 5 right, clear to land.
Runway 35 right, cleared to land. Delta 516.
Delta 516, reduce speed to 250 knots.
Alaska 1338, read back correct. Contact ground 121.65 when ready for pushback or engine start.
Southwest 3792, runway 24 left taxi via Delta 7, Echo 7.
Beyond ATC. For simmers who care about the skies, not the gimmicks.
So yeah, I did that video, or at least posted up earlier today, and the video turned out really well. I'm normally not fully satisfied with the content I post up. This was one of the few exceptions. I was like, all right, this one turned out all right. But if you're looking for just really good ATC, just the consistency, I feel Beyondatc is the best choice out there. FS HUD is a very close second, though. And like I said, before this flight, I did off-stream, I did FS HUD, just for funs, and the experience was fantastic. No issues whatsoever. It did try to give me runway 9, so I'm curious to what Beyondatc is going to give me. But we'll see. And when the LLM comes out sometime this month for Beyondatc, it's going to be interesting to see how that goes too. Because they are not doing it as a gimmick. It is not going to be a gimmick. It is going to be, you are going to be talking about ATC stuff. You know, you're not going to be asking what's 5 plus 2. Pilots don't ask ATC what that is. But you'll be able to ask ATC, you know, hey, this is Delta, whatever. See, there's Delta over there next to me. Where are they heading to? They're going to be in my way, you know, that kind of stuff. So you'll be able to ask, you know, the weather and actual real-world situations that happen. And not gimmicky stuff that you find in another piece of crap software. This is, what is this? Is that a cloud? Oh yeah, it is. So I have ultra clouds on now. In 2020, if you have ultra clouds, it's typically the best for visual aspects. But I feel like high might be the best way to go with 2024. I'm kind of testing it between, you know, seeing which one is better and which one's not. My early impression so far is I think high might be the best one. Alright, so we may have to request top of descent. We'll see what happens as we get closer to. In the real world, yes, the ATC would kind of have an idea where you are, and based on, you know, the same flights that happen all the time, they may drop you down. Other times, you may have to actually ask if that's based on your flight plan. So in this case, we may have to ask. We'll see. Once we get up to this point, though.
Descend via Sandbar 3 arrival.
Sandbar.
Airport landing,
That's what it was.
right. Altimeter 3025.
I think that's what I was saying. Sand Beach or something. Sandbar. Alright, top of descent is coming on up. Bring in my view just a little bit. We'll give them a couple more seconds here to decide if they're going to give us top descent or not. FS HUD did. FS HUD gave me a top of descent probably 10 nautical miles back is where it gave me this top of descent. But there was a big Beyondatc patch that came out, I think 2 days ago. And it seems like it's made some tweaks. Some things not for the better. I feel like the top of descent thing has been adjusted. Because I was getting that pretty consistent, and I've realized the last few flights I've done, it's happen and not happen. So I don't know if there's a bug in it, or if they've just changed the logic so where you're not getting it automatically. All right, let's go ahead and request it.
American 516, ready for descent.
American 516, descend via Sandbar 3 arrival, Miami landing runway 8 right, altimeter 3025.
Descend via Sandbar 3 arrival, Miami landing runway
Sandbar
8 right,
3 down to
altimeter
4,000.
3025, American 516.
So the plane will make sure it follows the restrictions on our path on in. Alright, we should be in Miami. Probably, what, 15 minutes? I had gone somewhere earlier today, left the house, and the person I was going with, I was telling him, you know, flying my plane, give me 10 minutes. My estimation was spot on. Spot on. I'm getting too good now. It means my entire life's going to be all about delays.
American 516, you're off course.
Oh.
Direct conk. Resume on navigation.
Yeah, I kind of was wondering about that.
Clear direct conch, resume on navigation, American 516.
Alright, so C, because the Simbri flight plan is different than what actually was imported. So we're going to go there, and then we're going to go... We're going to Pamper after that. Let's look at this little gadget. So, Sandbar 3. It's Maxim. Sandbar 3. Maxim. Yeah, see there, we missed a couple waypoints, and I think that's why the top of descent didn't happen. So then if we add in, after this, we're going to go to P... Get my chart back up here. Pamper. P, what is it? PM, PR. Okay, and then we're going to do Sandbar after that. And then that should bring us the rest of the way in. Perfect. Okay. So like again, I think that's why the top of descent did not happen. Let's also go on down here, not there, here. And let's clean up this hold. So we're not going to end up in the hold. Beyondatc does not have holds. So let's clean that up a little bit. I think it's going to eventually happen. So I believe that VFR... Not VFR.
Southwest 3953, contact Miami Center 134.75. Have a good evening.
When they add LLM, that will add VFR.
Center 134.75. Southwest 3953.
I also feel that's going to be the stepping stone with stuff like traffic holds and whatnot, to get more of that AI logic involved. That's just personal thoughts. It's not, I don't know anything special. I'm just a user like everyone else who's a user with Beyondatc. So don't take that for, you know, whatever. It's so cool though. Look, you can see we're getting closer to the coastline. So we're getting light popping up. Now here it's just pitch black. Well, back here, of course, is still sun setting. So cool. Are these lights supposed to stay on or off? I don't even know what they are. I leave them on. I have my landing and taxi lights off. What's up here? Runway lights are off. So wing lights, I guess. I don't know if that's supposed to stay on or off. I don't get dinged in Newsky, so I keep them on. But I'm assuming they probably go off in real life. So I think, wing lights, yeah. I think that after this flight, we're going to do another short hop. We'll go to Tampa. We'll do Tampa. They go off? Okay. I don't want to turn them off now because I don't want Newsky to ding me. Speaking of Newsky, look at this. So here's Newsky if you've never used it. Look at this here. The month of January, 9.85 is my score. 15 days in. Pretty good. I got my type rating back also for the 737. I think the last stream I had, it was not. They're supposed to be off? Gotcha. Thanks for the feedback. Look at these 10s. This was a ding because I buttered it. Everything else is perfect. Oh, sorry, this was off center line. No, I remember this was a windy approach. That was off center line, but I think this other one was this one here, I think, was because I buttered it. Yeah, greased. So I lost it, but it was in acceptable range. I was within the center line. I was within the threshold, like right in the middle. It's perfect, but doesn't like butter. Newsky does not like butter. I'm getting a little too comfortable with this 319 now. Now that I said that, this landing is going to be total garbage. But I'm getting a little bit better. A little too confident. I'm getting smoother landings. One thing is, so some people have better landings with flap 3 config. I seem to do better with 4. And it could be just because I've done more flat 4 config landings, and that's probably a big factor into it. It's no different than if you go from Airbus to a Boeing, right? They both handle so much differently, and it's so much harder to be consistent in how that landing is going to be, which is why in real world you typically stick with the same airplane for a long time. I just completed a Pilot's Lights 2 flight today, Miami to LaGuardia. It was just a sunset on arrival into New York. Nice. I put so many hours into a Pilot's Life Chapter 2. So many hours. I don't remember the number is now, 1,000 or damn near close to. I flew for all the major U.S. airlines, a couple of international airlines, DHL, UPS, FedEx. Oh, I put so many hours into it. I got burnt out, I think, doing it, because it's the same places over and over again. So I haven't touched it for a while now. I haven't touched it since, I think, early summer. I think it's the last time because I got into On Air. Had a lot of fun with On Air. But I started getting burnt out with that, 'cause On Air is such a grind. It's such a grind. It's good. It's a great piece of software. I stand by that, no doubt, but it's such a grind. And the subscription is really cheap. It's like $30 for 6 months or a year or something. I don't know, it's really good pricing. Like I'm anti-subscription, no doubt. Very anti-subscription. And there's a handful I have. I don't like it. But on air is definitely one I would say, yeah, it's worth it. I also like on air because it goes through SimConnect, and that's something I wish the good people over at A Pilot's Life would switch over to, instead of using what's it called, FS, whatever that one's called. I don't like having that one installed because I don't need it. I don't use it for anything else other than for A Pilot's Life, and that's honestly another turnoff why I kind of don't want to get back into A Pilot's Life, because I don't want to have that running in the background. The less things you have running in the background, the smoother the sim operates. And I'm not saying that other add-on is an issue. It was an issue, actually. At some point, I remember with 2020, they had a patch come out, and it ended up causing a problem where it crashed your sim when you launched it. You have 2 copies, one for Delta passenger flights and a second for FedEx, so I can fly. Oh, that's a smart tactic. So you bought 2 different licenses, and then you log into each one separately. It'd be cool, because you can't run 2 career modes simultaneously, because it erases the other one. Yeah, that's a good idea. Oh, the Sky Carrier, yeah. Oh man, see, now you got me thinking. You got me thinking.
Miami Center, American 516.
It's just that dang software, FCS, whatever it's called, PC or something.
American 516, Miami Center. Good evening.
Alright, so let's push in that, and altimeter is, what do we have? We have no updates recently, so let's just auto it. 3024. Maybe I'll have to get back into it. I do miss it. They came out with some like tour guide setup or something, which I thought was really, really cool. It's less boring that way. Yeah. See, that was my thing, is like initially I had so much fun. I flew for Air Into It or something. Hey there, Fry, welcome on in. Yeah, night stream. It's been, what, 3 months or so since a night stream? Yeah, there you go, FSUIPC. Yeah, see, I like, again, I don't have anything bad to say against them. I think it's fine software, it's great, it does its job. It's just another thing that has to run in the background. You know, it's like the Phoenix runs this external thing. I wish, you know, well, I now say I wish it wasn't external, but of course it's flyable here in 2024. It's what, the second other airliner that's made its way over so far. Well, technically I guess third, because the 727 kinda, sort of, but I think they pulled that, didn't they? There was some known bug or something. Our descent's looking really, really good. Yeah, so we'll do another flight. We'll do, next will be Miami to Tampa. We'll kind of see how things go. Maybe we'll do a 3rd flight after that. I will have to pause, though, and step away in like an hour. I got to feed the children with 2 cats and a big old German Shepherd, so I can make sure they're not starving. What does other career modes use to talk to the sim? SimConnect. Just SimConnect. That's what Beyond ATC, that's what all the ATC use. SimConnect. Which is a plus and minus, though, too, because SimConnect can get overused, and sometimes that could cause issues. But Newsky uses SimConnect. On Air uses SimConnect.
American 516, Miami approach. Altimeter trees.
I don't know why APL doesn't.
Altimeter 3027.
Well, maybe it's because APL also works on X-Plane, doesn't it? I bet you that's why they want to keep the X-Plane users in there as well. I bet you that's why, and then they don't want to make a second version of it. Yeah. All right, so we're expecting the visual runway 8 right. All right, cool. Well, Beyond ATC gave me exactly what SimBrief told me. The import of the flight plan was kind of janky, but we got there. Man, this is so cool. It's so dark here, and then like you can see the man. Like you're saying earlier, Jay, this the night lighting in 2024. I remember when I did the Technical Alpha. I did a stream on that for whatever, 5 hours the night it was launched. Once I got in, and I flew everywhere. Users request, and that was one of the first things was the night lighting. So much better, so much better. It's not like pitch black. Like look at the sky, man. That's so cool. One thing I can't get fully working is my Tobii eye tracker. So I can move my head, I can reset the head tracker, I can turn it on, you know, all that jazz. But I can't get it to center my head all the time. At all, actually. It kind of wants to, when I turn it on and center it, it goes down here like that. Even though I reset the vision, the view, the tracker, it still does it. I don't understand. So I might have to mess with the XML file a bit more. I custom set up the XML because it's broken in the sim. Maybe I have to turn off something. I kind of copied my profile pretty close from 2020. I know there's some changes. But maybe like the auto center is broken with 2024. But I've seen other people use it and have no issues, so. And it works fine in 2020 still, so it's not like it's a Tobii tracker issue. I think Kip uses it over on his channel still. And it's been working fine for him, from my understanding. So I would like to get my Tobii working. I use that typically for taxiing out and taxiing in. Kind of look around, see if there's any planes around, instead of using your mouse. Alright, 30 nautical miles out. Past 10,000, coming down to 9,000. I went to the other program that they recommended. It actually works better. I went to the other program that they recommended. What was the other program? What am I missing? What did I talk about and I already forgot? Alright. So I wonder where American parks here. So looking at our charts here, we're coming on in. Where are we? Well, we should be here on... Oh, there we are. Little orange dot. Coming in there. Come on there.
Envoy 3615, leave Bills heading 275. Expect radar vectors for visual approach runway 9er.
So our chart's saying at leg, landing runway 8 left, 8 right, 9, 12, expect ILS or RNAV runway 9 approach or radar vectors to the final approach course. So at leg is when we'll get our vectors. Oh, Tobii? Okay. Tobii was, so I used to have, what's the other one called? The other head tracker? F-track or something? Whatever it's called. You put a piece on you and it goes by the camera, whatever that one's called. Used to have that, which is fine. But then you always have to wear a hat, visor, something so it can track you. And that's why I bought the Tobii.
Altimeter tree 027, Envoy 3615.
They have it on their site. They recommend another control program for 2024. Oh, shoot. I'll have to check it out. Maybe that's what I'm missing.
American 516, leave leg heading 090.
There we go.
Expect radar vectors for visual approach runway 8 right.
Leave LEG heading 090. Expect radar vectors for visual approach runway 8 right. American 516.
Alright, not 19 nautical miles out. That's interesting.
Miami approach, Envoy 34.
I didn't know that about Tobii.
Good evening, 2,400 feet with information Quebec. Envoy 3420, Miami approach.
Oh, Toby was at CES. I didn't know that either.
Tree 027. Expect the visual approach. Runway 12. Altimeter tree 027. Expect the visual approach. Runway 12. Envoy 3420.
Oh, open track. Ah, I see.
American
Okay.
516. Turn left heading 030.
I see what you're talking about, Jay.
Vectors for the approach.
All right.
Turn left heading 030. Intercept the 8 right localizer, American 516.
That's a damn good vector if I didn't see one before. All right. So localizer's armed 030. Localizer's captured 60 nautical miles. I'll check that out, Jay. Thanks for that information. All right. Ground spoilers are armed. 15 nautical miles out, so we're gonna hold yet on our flaps.
American 516. Airport is at your 1 o'clock, 15 miles. Report the field in sight.
Well, we're looking for the field right now.
Looking for field, American 516.
It's a little cloudy.
3615. Airport is at your 2 o'clock, 12 miles. Report the
Let's
field
bring
in
up
sight.
our ILS here.
Field in sight. Envoy 3615.
Uh-oh.
Envoy 3615 cleared. Visual approach runway 9er.
Here we are. Little orange dot.
Cleared visual approach 9er. Envoy
Good.
3615.
No field in sight still. All right, let's go first notch of flap. Okay, cool. I'm gonna check that out. Field. Ah, there it is. I have it in sight.
American 516, field in sight.
American 516 cleared visual approach runway 8 right.
Cleared visual approach 8 right. American 516.
I remember there was a flight I did.
516. Contact Miami Tower 118.3.
Over to Tower 118.3. American 516, bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Miami Tower. American 516, visual runway 08 right.
American 516, Miami Tower, wind 065 at 7, runway 8 right, cleared to land.
Runway 8 right, cleared to land. American 516.
No, I think I want to go up to Orlando, not Tampa. It's a little bit longer. Tampa's so short.
Visual runway 09er.
It's like we'll go up to 12,000 and we'll have to descend.
Invoice 3615,
What was I gonna say?
wind 065 at 7, runway 9er, cleared to land.
Grumpy Beard, welcome in. Which Airbus? This is a 319, the IAE engines. Phoenix 319. All right, I'll bring the gear down here in a couple seconds. We got our clearance to land. We're gonna exit to the right. All right, gear coming down. This is my first time with this, it's Latin VFR, that's what it is, Latin VFR Miami. So hopefully it doesn't crash on me. Getting 88 FPS right now. It's better than what I got earlier. It's crazy. I got 64 earlier. It is a beautiful looking dash. The Airbus is a great looking plane. Alright. Flaps 3. Slow this bird down. And let's go 4. AP off. Master switch silent. Pilot is at the aircraft. Wish me luck. It's a fantastic aircraft, Jay. Phoenix, man, they knocked it out of the park. I was a late adopter of the Phoenix too. I was like, nah, I'm gonna stick with the free guy. And then I got suckered into getting it for some promo stuff. Not from Phoenix, from somewhere else. And I was like, man, why did I not get this earlier? Alright, we have a crosswind here in Miami. 10 knot crosswind. 9 now. So we're going to bring the nose a little bit more to the left. little bit low on the glide slope. Bring the nose up a little bit more. Wind still high. Alright, bring the nose down a little bit more. It's a gusting wind here in Miami tonight. Okay, get back down a little bit now. Not too much. Steady it. Alright, now I'm just going visual on this arrival, no longer looking at the ILS. Landing.
50, 40, 30, 20, retard, 10, 5.
Touchdown, reverse is coming out. 291 on landing. 1.09 on the G. Coming down to 80 knots. Stowing the reversers, a little bit of brake. We're going to mix that exit there. Landing light's going to come off a little bit early.
American 516, exit next available taxiway.
We'll exit here onto the right.
Next available taxiway, American 516.
Alright, flaps going up.
American 516, contact ground 121.8.
Ground 121.8.
Alright, let's clean up the plane real quick.
American 516.
And let's go to ground. Let's give
American
them a hello.
516 requests taxi to assigned gate.
American 516, gate Delta 6 taxi via Mike 6, Mike, November 11, November.
Gate Delta 6 taxi via Mike 6, Mike, November 11, November, American 516.
Really blown away by the vibrant colors and gauges and screens. Yeah, like 2024, man. It's done an incredible job with the night lighting.
Don't forget to check.
Maybe if you've seen that sub clearly. Yeah, the defaults, you know, so Indie Builds makes the defaults, and for a free aircraft, it's good. It's just, it has issues. But comparing it to a paidware Phoenix and the amount of effort that the team has done with this plane, it's incredible. Again, like, I'm ashamed that I was a late adopter to it. I was anti-Phoenix. Although part of it was because initially when the Phoenix came out, the performance was pretty shoddy. But they did rectify that. Where am I going? November something. I didn't pay enough attention. November 11 probably. So FS HUD will yell at you if you're on the wrong, well, I guess it won't technically yell at you, but it ATC just gives you instructions. That plane must be getting ready to take off now, huh? Got some flashing red lights. It's a gate pulling back. Alright, gate Delta 6 gonna be up here on the right side. Delta 8, and this must be 6. No, it's 8A, and here is 6. Let's turn off our landing light, or taxi lights so we don't blind the ground crew that's not there. Alright. Oh man, this airport looks so much better than the default Miami. I forgot that I had to enable it in 2024. Alright. And parking brakes, retrap flaps after touchdown. Oh, after touchdown? I do it after, I typically try to do it after exiting. Alright, so let's go down here, and we're going to go here, and we're going to go to Phoenix, and we'll go to GPU, chocks, toggle the jetway, it's broken. Emergency, general power is on. And engine 1, 2 are off. Bring it on down. Close our flight. How'd we do? We got a 10 on that flight. Pretty good. 291. 291. Cool. Alright, we're going to close out Beyond ATC, because we'll launch it up again for the next flight. Deboard. And you know, because I did so many different switches and stuff, well, actually I could probably just take off. How is this? I've never done a turnaround in this plane, honestly. Just, it looks like it's all good. Yeah, let's just do a turnaround. Alright, so I'm going to turn off things I turned on. I should have turned this to standby. We'll keep that on there. And up here, everything's good there. We'll need to get the APU eventually back on. I suppose we can turn on now. Alright, let's get a sim brief going, shall we? So, sim brief. Alright, so my flight plan. We're going to do new flight, and we're going to be American 516. We're departing Miami. We're going to Orlando. We'll do a 19 again. The IAE engines, and generate. Alright, so total of 179 nautical miles. Yeah, it's like, so I was talking about Tampa before, it's right up here. It's not that much farther, honestly. Or closer. For some reason, I keep thinking Tampa's like down here. But we'll do Orlando. I know Orlando's like, it's like a 45-minute flight. Oh, I need to stop my watches there. Okay, so cool. And 28, okay, cool. Alright, so we have that going. So on my setup on the left, I have a Surface tablet. I use that for my charts, in case you're wondering. Alright, so we'll go on down here now. My flights. Import next flight. Cool. 29 minutes, beautiful. Let's load the aircraft. Instant load it. Beautiful. Go up here and that, and that. Retract flaps after touchdown, following stable roll, but while still in the touchdown roll. Helps with the down. Helps with the downforce. That makes sense. Yeah, appreciate it. Okay, so that's all good. We have lights already on. IRSs are aligned. External power is on. Compass, good. Smoking, good. Seatbelt. I'll keep that on because we're going to depart. APU available, good. Let's launch up good old Beyond ATC. If you've never seen how to book a flight here, so you click on the little button. I'm using Kip on the Ground's Couch Captains. So we're doing 516, departing Miami, going to Orlando, and we're going to be a 319 IAEs, and book the flight. You can change the fuel and all that jazz. I don't worry about it. And then if you've never seen the menu of Beyond ATC, so here's where my premium characters are. 84,000. I bought the 250K. I don't know, 2-3 weeks ago, and I've done. I've been jumping between FS HUD and Beyond ATC. So we'll close that and then start flight. Start flight. There we go. And it's going to connect via Sim Connect, and it's downloading the flight plan. It's loading the traffic from Miami into Orlando, and that will be good to go. All right, well, that's cooking. Let's go on down here. Let's request the flight plan. We're going to do American 516. This is why doing streams is great, because not only am I learning stuff from, Jay and whoever else comes in here, but other people learn as well. And it's a great training experience for those who are interested in learning more. We're going to do a cost index of 5 on this flight, and we're climbing up to 280. Cool thing there. All right, we don't need this anymore. Go over here and send this to the McDo. Go over here and send that to the McDo. Ground services are grand and available. Grand. APU bleed. I wait a couple seconds. Turn off the external power. We should be good. I didn't screw anything up this time. Nope. Okay. And we set the altimeter. Go on down yonder. Go here. Verify everything's good here. I have lots to learn. There is a lot of stuff. There is a lot of stuff when it comes to that. I've been simming for over 20 years, but I've gotten really into it the past 4.5, 5 years. And I've learned the most in this time frame. So everything you're seeing here is just repeating things over and over and over again. And obviously there's checklists and whatnot, right, that you're supposed to follow in real life. But as a simmer, I get a what's it called? A plan of attack, how I do things, and I kind of keep the same pattern over and over again. The only things that throw me off is just a little SOP knowledge. A little bit. 35 right via rides 2. The only thing that throws me off is if I'm streaming or recording a video, because then I'm talking while I'm doing it, and sometimes that will mess me up. Which is why I'm guessing they follow checklists. You know, very helpful with that. Going to be a flaps 1 departure on this one. Alright, so we can swing this back over to arc. Grand there. And should we do, let's do, what's it called? Voice recognition for this one. So let's go ahead and get ATIS, shall we? So I am using my Stream Deck. I use that for comms. I used to have a Logitech panel, but this is so much more compact.
Temporary flight restrictions are in effect for Miami.
Temporary.
Advise on initial contact. You have information, Alpha.
Alpha's our information. Alright, Alpha. I'm with a PC now that does not very well. I think 24 is a stretch. Actually 24 is, for a lot of people, smoother. It's actually a smoother because it's going through the cloud. So yeah, you might have a better overall performance. Trying to do regional flights in the default A320, I can get the bird in the air and follow the flight plan until I start my descent, and then everything falls apart. Hey, I had the same problem too, trust me. Trust me, we all had that problem, right? Just kind of figure out slowly each step, where you have the opportunity to learn more from. What step gets you kind of out of place. The biggest tip I can give you is and this is coming from real world pilots, I'm not a real world pilot, I'm just a sim pilot, but real world pilots always say stay ahead of the plane. Always stay ahead of the plane. Never fall behind, because the moment you fall behind, things start creeping up on you. Alright, let's get our clearance. Miami clearance, American 516. We're at gate 8, I think it was. Ready for IFR clearance to Orlando with information Alpha.
American 131
it's gonna be like
Heavy,
this stupid American doesn't know what it is. Delta, United American, doesn't know what airline it is. Crazy pilot.
American 131 Heavy, Miami clearance, thanks for Alpha, cleared to Dallas Fort Worth. Bongos for departure with the Korea transition, Dennis filed, climb via SID.
So all these planes you're seeing over here, they are, man, this night lighting is crazy. They are AI traffic. So they're calling them, they'll be pushing back, they'll be flying. There's a plane coming in there.
119.45. Squawk 5763. American 131 Heavy.
There's one at least there. I don't see anything else.
131 Heavy, read back correct. Contact
Just waiting for our turn right now.
Pushback or engine start.
Well said, sir. Thank you for the encouragement. Practicing each day will make it. Yeah, absolutely. It takes time. It takes time. No pressure. Have fun with
American
it.
516, Miami clearance, thanks for Alpha, cleared to Orlando Airport. Flamingo 2 departure with the Wampa transition, then it's filed. Climb via SID, departure frequency 119.45, squawk 6742.
Cleared to Orlando Airport.
Oh, I have it on auto response still.
With the
My bad.
transition, then is filed.
I'm gonna let it
handle
the comms, so
119.45.
I'm lazy on that part.
Squawk 6742. American 516.
American 516, read back correct. Contact ground 121.8 when ready for push or start.
Oh, now it's for me. Ground 121.8, American 516. What I need is like a little picture here. I need a little logo to tell me what airline I'm flying. Alright, I think we're ready for push and start, aren't we? Miami ground, American 516, request pushback and engine start. Alright, so we have
516, Miami ground,
off,
pushback and engine start
good.
approved. Face west.
Base west, American 516. Alright, so we got clearance to the west for our pushback. Let's bring that on up. Pre-plan our pushback. West is this way. And we don't have a reference here, unfortunately, so we'll kind of eyeball it, I guess, the best we can. We're going to eyeball it to...
American 726, Miami ground, pushback and engine start approved.
Let's go here. Hopefully that works. Parking brake is released. Request pushback. Hold. Good. Let's go on down yonder. That's good. That's good. That's good. Engine number 2 coming up. This is my first time ever. I forgot to do this. How do we reset it? There we go. Can we reset this?
But they must be placed in the airplane mode. If your tablet has a detachable keyboard, the keyboard must be detached for takeoff.
Alright, Jay, you know what you're doing here. How do you reset this ET?
Arm doors and cross-check. Stand by for all call.
American 1082, Miami ground, pushback
I figured it out.
approved. Face
I got it.
Pushback approved.
Just keep pushing buttons until you figure it out. That's what I learned. Engine number 2's coming on board. What are we climbing up to? Climb via the SID.
American 131 heavy.
What's the SID telling me?
Taxi via Niner, November 7, November 10, Quebec, Mike 1.
Runway 8 right taxi via Niner, November 7,
Oh.
November
American pushing back. Oh, it's just off. Look at this. Just off a little bit.
And
Dang.
we're excited to get you to the people and places that matter to you. Let us know how we can help you as we get you securely seated.
American 2250.
Oh, sorry, I'll read your comments just a second. Engine number 1 coming up. I just went back to earlier in the stream when you did the startup for a flight here. I think I literally may have just found out my ILS issue. Oh, that's awesome! That's how we all learn. Just watch lots of videos and read forums. Absolutely. I watched so many YouTube videos, so many streamers. There's 2 knobs you turn on. Nav knobs, upper left knob. Oh yeah. So to get your ILS, you have to click this little LS button. This little LS button. Now, after you have that going, well, you can do loc first, but localizer will pick up the direction you're supposed to go once you capture the localizer. Okay, so the direction of the runway. This button will allow it to capture the glide slope, which will make the plane go down. So, but you have to have the LS on for the glide slope to kick in. You can do localizer, and then you can do that, but I tried to do the LS and then loc and then approach. Alright, engine number 2 is good. Waiting for our turn. Yeah, damn traffic, I need to fly. Where are we departing? I don't even know a runway. Ah, missed it. Missed the window.
Request taxi to the active. In the front and back of the airplane can be detached and used for
American 1082, runway 8 right taxi via November, Quebec, Mike 1.
Instructions. If needed, exit path lighting.
Runway 8 right taxi via November.
Upper left of the top panel. Oh, these are the IRSs. These align the GPS. So you want to have them in the so you turn them to where it says nav. Okay. And if you have it set for real world, well, the Phoenix has it. Well, I'm not sure. You're using the init builds. I don't know if there's an option for it. Probably in here. There's probably a button that says IRS's instant align. You can click it to that on the EFB, and then it will do it right away for you. In this plane, you do it here in the McDo. Miami ground, American 516, ready to taxi. Alright, flaps.
American 516, runway
8 left.
left taxi via November, Quebec, Mike 1, Lima 1.
Taxi runway 8 left via November, Quebec, Mike 1, Lima 1, American 516.
We will be dimming the cabin lights for takeoff.
Cool. Alright, let's go flying, shall we? Max on that. Up here, all call.
American 131 heavy.
Config. Bleeds are off, taxi lights are on.
American 131 heavy, continue taxi.
That's a cool American livery.
American 131 heavy.
Alright, so we are going November, which we're on. Taking November to Quebec, which is straight ahead of us. And then we're going to go to Mike 1, which is up on the left. Okay, cool. Or on the right.
Sit back, relax, and enjoy your flight.
Qatari 6 X-ray heavy.
Happy to help you, Grumpy.
Right taxi via Papa, November, Quebec, Mike 1.
I might have a I might have a video of how to start up the Phoenix. I don't, or the well, it's the Phoenix version, but the 320, which is the same as 319 for the most part, up on my channel. I don't have the builds video though.
726, contact Miami Tower 118.3.
Over to Tower 118.3, American 726.
Got a lot of traffic out of Miami.
American 1396, Miami ground, pushback and engine start approved. Face northeast.
So I did the video comparing all three of the big ATC programs in November. I think that's the one that got me banned from Say Intentions.
American 2250, contact Miami.
I think that's the one that got me banned.
Have a good one.
Contact Tower 118.3, American 2250.
Alright, we're on November still. November turns kind of into Quebec.
American 1272, Miami ground, pushback and engine start approved. Face west.
Better slow down a little bit. We got a slow American ahead of us. We got an American. I got a bunch of planes up here. Holy crap, there's a line.
American 131 heavy.
We got 1, 2, 3, 4 right in front of us. We got a big old plane there. What the hell is that? This is CRJ in front of us. No, it's not a CRJ. Is it? What is that? No, that's not a CRJ. I don't know. What the hell's the big guy there? Is that me? That might be a... Look at that big old beast. Alright. Oh, we got a plane over here. Oh, jeez. What's going on? Hey. Whoa. You cut me off, dude.
American 1396.
I didn't get the hold.
Taxi for departure.
That's interesting.
American 1396, runway 8 right taxi via 14, November 13, November, Quebec, Mike 1.
That might
Runway
be...
8 right taxi via 1 for November 13, November, Quebec, Mike 1, American 1396.
I think I have live traffic on. I don't...
Qatari 6
Could be a hell of a coincidence, but...
Tower 118.3.
We'll see if it goes through these planes. No, okay, so it's in the sim. It's in the sim. Alright, well, we got traffic. Hold up here, guys. We'll be here for a little bit. I just happened to come across the channel tonight. Once the stream is over, I'll look over at your videos. I appreciate it. I just created my flight sim folder within YouTube. Some of the guys I subscribed to years ago aren't active. So, looking for new streamers, channels to learn. Kip on the Ground. Really, really good. He might be streaming right now, honestly. Kip on the Ground is really, really good. He's on YouTube. Over on Twitch is 757 Spy. He flies everywhere. He uses VATSIM for the most part, but he's great. He flies typically, for me, Central Time, it'd be 1 p.m. until about 7 or so Central Time, U.S. Monday through Saturday. But he flies all different planes, all different locations, all with VATSIM. Very knowledgeable. He has a YouTube channel as well that he posts tutorial videos up. So I do recommend checking him out. 757 Spy. He's fantastic. Those are my two go-to, for the most part, streamers and videos and whatnot. For real stuff,
American 1936,
Mentor Pilot, I like his stuff. And there's Mountain, what's it?
Pushback and engine start approved. Face east. American 1936.
Mountain Bush Pilot? Missionary Bush Pilot. He flies the Kodiak in Papua New Guinea. Real world pilot. As was Mentor. Mentor kind of like semi-retired. doing YouTube stuff now. But I highly recommend him too. Yeah, like those two real world pilots are great, and the simmer like talked about really, really good too. Alright, so it's quiet now because these planes are all on tower. We're still on ground because we haven't got told to switch over yet. They're departing
American 2883.
8 right. We were giving 8 left.
American 2883, runway 8 right taxi via 4.
You watch both of them too, Jay? It's funny. Mentor's great.
Runway 8 right taxi via 4, November.
I got a couple of his shirts.
November, Quebec. Mike 1, American 2883.
I do what I can to support them. Like, I would subscribe to their channel and give them a couple bucks on the YouTube, but I know they don't make as much with that, so I rather buy their shirts and whatever. Like, I have a couple of missionary bush pilot shirts. I'd like to buy his panel, his checklist panel, but it's $100. It seems really expensive for what it is. I could 3D print that probably for 20 bucks. Put it together myself. Oh yeah, 7.4 gear, yeah. Yeah, forgot about him. He's really good too.
Runway 8 right taxied via Zulu, Papa, November, Quebec, Mike 1. Hold short runway 12, American.
So this is interesting. Where are they landing now? We got clearance to...
Contact Miami Tower 118.3.
What's going on here? Over to Miami Tower, American 516, thank you. Does it want me to read back the video? Yeah. 118.3, American 516, see ya. Alright, so over to... Oh, that's it. Doing my comms by itself. I forgot about that. Okay. So here we go to 8 left. Miami Tower, American 516, ready to go, runway 8 left. Landing lights are coming on.
American 516, Miami Tower, wind 065 at 7, fly heading 100, runway 8 left, cleared for takeoff.
Runway 8 left, cleared for takeoff, American 516. Alright. We should be good to go.
American 1272, holding short, runway 8 right.
Alright, heading 65.
1272, runway 08
So we're going to swing
right,
to the left on departure.
Line up and wait. Runway 08 right.
Alright, let's bring up those engines. Alright, so we're in flex mode there. 60 knots. Alright, 80 knots. Cross checked, all looks grand.
American 1272, Miami Tower, wind 065 at 7, our nav to Jamba. Runway 8 right, cleared for takeoff.
And the V1 rotating.
Runway 8 right, our NAV to Jamba. Cleared for takeoff.
A little bit of ruddering. Positive rate of climb, gear going up. Climbing via the SID. Climbing, swinging on over to left, 65. I saw a plane out there in the distance. I lost it though. Looks like we're going direct to Dale. What's that say? Deals? It's Deals.
Runway 08 right, line up and wait. American 1396.
Alright, flaps going up. Climb lever.
American 516, contact Miami departure.
And spoiler away. Departure 119.45, American 516, see ya. Departure, American 516, 2,200, climbing via the SID.
American 2250, contact Miami Oceanic 23775, see you.
Yeah, I think we're gonna go direct to Deals, right up here.
Miami Oceanic 23775, American 2250.
American 516, Miami departure.
Yep.
Radar contact, cleared direct Deals. Resume the Flamingo 2.
Alright,
Climb
direct
and maintain
Deals.
14,000.
14. Direct to deals, resume Flamingo 2, and climb 14,000. American 516. Alright, let's go the AP on, help me out.
Miami departure, American 1272, 1,500 feet.
Okay. Good departure.
American 1272, Miami departure. Good evening. Radar contact.
Look at all the planes.
2,000 feet.
See on the map here? These are all AI planes.
American 1272.
Really cool.
Prepare for the onboard service you may begin using approved electronic devices. Wi-Fi and free entertainment are available on today's flight. Connect to the aainflight.com signal on your device to watch free movies and TV shows or to purchase Wi-Fi. As a reminder, headphones must be worn when listening to entertainment. You can find instructions and more information about our entertainment options in your seat back pocket.
Alright, all looking grand. Almost up to 10,000, so landing lights will come off shortly.
Wi-Fi and in-flight purchases. Card members earn up to $25 back on in-flight Wi-Fi.
So I think we're going to go direct to rides here, but we have to wait for the information. We're expecting 3-5 right for the arrival. Landing lights coming off.
While you are seated, please keep your seatbelt fastened.
American 1396, Miami departure. Good evening. Radar contact. Cleared direct sea salt. Resume the Bongo 4. Climb and maintain 1313,000.
Jay, I think I'm going to be doing some APL tomorrow. It's in the back of my head now. I think I'll jump back into it. See what airlines are accepting me.
American 1082. Contact Miami Oceanic 23775.
Contact Miami Oceanic 23775. American 1082.
American 516. Contact Miami Oceanic 123.775.
123.775, American 516, see ya. Miami Oceanic, American 516, passing 13,000, climbing 14,000.
American 516, Miami Oceanic, climb maintain flight level 280.
Flight level 280, American 516. Alright, we've got to cruise up to 280. I saw a video today. Apparently, Boris is releasing a 737 sound pack for the PMDG, which is really, really cool. So hopefully that plane and sound pack come to 2024 sometime soon. It sounded amazing. They sound very similar to the iFly, which are Boris sound packs as well, which is the Boris sound pack by default. Weather in Orlando is about the same here. It's actually a little less windy, 7 knots, coming from the north. Broken clouds at 150, overcast 250, and we get a 10-mile visibility, so all grand there. All right, once we get past flight level 180, I'm gonna step away for 2 minutes so I can feed the creatures we have here at the house and come back to it. All right, standard pressure there. Alright, I will step away for 2 minutes here. I'm going to throw auto response on for Beyondatc and be right back.
American 2250, Miami Oceanic. Expect radar vectors, ILS runway 14.
Expect radar vectors, ILS runway 14, American 2250.
Miami Oceanic, American 1028. Good evening, descending via Vice 2, flight level 219er.
American 1028, Miami Oceanic.
Miami Center 132.15. American 516, have a good one. Miami Center, American 516 through flight level 260 for flight level 280.
American 516, Miami Center, roger. JetBlue 2901, contact Fort Lauderdale approach 122.905.
Contact Fort Lauderdale approach, JetBlue 2901.
JetBlue 269, contact Miami Center.
Was listening in the background.
See you.
I have to deal with some business. Self-employed. Oh, I gotcha. We just have our 3 dogs, 2 cats, 12 chickens, all fed. 12
November
chickens?
648 Foxtrot Tango, Miami Center, expect Mahi Tree, runway 5.
Let's turn off auto response.
November 648 Foxtrot Tango.
Alright, runway 3 right's what we're expecting, so come on down here.
American 516, contact Miami Center 132.45. See you.
I've never heard that voice. It's one of the new voices. Over to 132.45, American 516, see ya. American 516, flight level 280. Kind of guessed on that, but I was right.
American 516, Miami Center, roger.
Alright, 3034. Temperature is 13. And the wind. It's a windy day where I live today. Well, not too bad. It's just a little windy this past week. And minimums are 290. Alright, that's all set up for the arrival. Alright, looking good. So you can see, let's go check it out. So Navigraph, that's Miami. Let's go to Orlando. We're expecting the rights to arrival. We'll be coming in, I think over here, straight in this way. And then we'll get vectors at, what's that say? Hannah? Yeah, Hannah. So runway 35, we'll expect radar vectors at that point into the arrival there. All grand there, 35 right. Here's the arrival, bam. And then exit to the left, 35 right, I believe, right? And yeah, so we'll exit. It's a long taxi here in Orlando. So exit to the left, Juliet, take Juliet to Lima, Kilo, hotel, and then figure out where we're gonna be parking. That's our game plan. So Grumpy, if you're still in here, that's kind of what I'm talking about being ahead. Just understand what you're expecting to be doing. Of course, you know, with AI ETC, things might change. Oh, there we are. We just popped up on there. Oh, here, yeah, go over the Wampum, however you pronounce it. We're going direct there. 10 to 12 eggs every day? Wow. Do you sell them, or do you keep them? My wife used to, person she used to live with, she, they had a farm, and they had chickens, and 2 pigs, something else too. And she used to have all kinds of stuff. Oh, you're still here, Grumpy? Oh, yeah, so again, that's one of the things, you know, so you're looking at the charts, you're knowing where you're coming in, what your expectations are, knowing that your flight plan is correct down here, right? So at WOMP, I have a disco, because we haven't been told yet what we're expecting for the arrival. So I'm expecting a rides to arrival, which starts here for at WAMP, and then we'll come on in, going that way. Hannah would be the last waypoint, would be the star, before we reach our arrival of the ILS. So looking at Hannah, it will be right here. So at Hannah, we'll get the vectors in, bam, which just put us at here, so 4,000 for the arrival. So when you hit, so when I was talking about the localizer stuff, you know, the switches up here. Okay, so here's the thing. You can arm the localizer anywhere in this direction. So this is 6 nautical miles from Hannah to Sea Ray. So that's 6 nautical miles. So you can arm it in that span. ATC will likely tell you vector this direction for the ILS or visual runway 35 right. Okay? So it's going to tell you you're clear for the ILS approach or whatever it be. Clear for the visual. You're going to intercept the localizer. So over here, you can click on localizer, and then when you intercept it, which means once you're lined up with the runway here, you're intercepting the path you're getting close to, the plane will automatically switch over to localizer and will stay on course for the arrival. Then you also have to make sure before you hit approach that you arm the LS. That's going to give you your distance here. What I tend to do, try to do at least, is hit LS first and then loc. Because then I know where the distance is. It just helped me understand when to set the flaps and all that. Both sell and keep? Okay. So hopefully that wasn't too confusing, wasn't too fast, wasn't way over your head. Hopefully a little bit to help you go with the arrival. I am working on an idea, a concept of an idea for kind of explaining how some of these charts work, how the approaches work, for as beginner as I can possibly make it. But I'm trying to filter out how not to make things complex. So that will come to the channel probably sometime in February. It's just, as much as I've learned, I want to give back to people. And that's why I did the ATC video up on the channel a few months back. Is anything I learn when it comes to flight sim, I do want to share it. I want other people to realize, yeah, I know it's a lot. I was there with you. We can get through it though, you know, with a little bit of time, a little bit of effort, you can get through the obstacles that you may be facing. And I definitely had some obstacles early on, understanding how the charts and the programming of planes and all that jazz works. Hell, when the 737 MAX came out, I did a live stream, first very flight with that plane, and I was learning with Fry, with P2, you know, other streamers or other followers from the channel helped and guide me into understanding how that plane works. Let's get ready to call for our descent. Miami Center, Delta 516, sorry, American 516, ready for descent.
American 516, descend via rides to arrival. Orlando landing runway 35 right, altimeter 3034.
Descend via rides to runway 35 right, Delta 516. Alright, so we got our clearance. We're going from here, we're going direct to rides. So we're going to go down here, clear out that disco, and there's our flight plan. Bring out some speed brakes so we're not coming down too hot. I really think there's a place and a market for very specific video tutorials broken into 5-10 minute videos. Yeah, I agree. Short focus videos would be beneficial for new simmers. That's kind of what my goal is. Really just, I just need to break it down into how I want to do it into the sections. Because like for me, when I learn a new plane, I go on YouTube and I research that plane, find creators who've done, you know, startups and all that jazz, but sometimes they're like an hour long for the startup, and I understand that they're catering for the realism portion of it, but I feel there's a lot of people who don't want the full one-on-one realism, you know, going up here and doing all the tests and all that stuff for the plane. if you have your plane set for realism, failures and all that jazz, I understand why you'd have that. But I think a lot of simmers are similar to how I fly, which is that kind of middle ground. I want the realism, but I also understand it's a sim, and I want to have fun. Also, life gets in the way, you know? You don't always have all that time to do things. 132.25, Delta 516, thank you.
You're welcome.
You're welcome. American 516, we're at flight level 240, descending via rides 2.
American 516, Miami Center, copy.
I think one of the things one of the things that I don't do correctly when it comes to the ATC portion is you're supposed to say what you just passed, you know, where you are on your flight plan. Because then when ATC is looking for you on their, you know, screen, they can be like, oh yeah, there he is, he's over there by rides 2. Getting switched already? Over to 127.2, American 516, see ya. Miami Center, American 516, passing flight level 225, descending via rides 2. Like I should have said, Wampum? Passing Wampum? Just past Wampum? Whatever it be.
American 516, Miami Center.
So Beyond ATC said they fixed the delay that's happening sometimes with the voice recognition, but it seems like it's still there. The bug was introduced with the last big patch, and they did a hot fix, but I think the bug's still present. So it happens once in a while. Not a deal breaker. It's better than the 4-second or the 10-second delay you have with another program. That's where FS HUD really shines. FS HUD's really fast. It's all locally done, so it's really nice. I think it's locally done. I desperately needed short videos when I started for transporter or transponder use. Borrow. Oh yeah. Where to get it? Approach selection. Yeah. Absolutely. See, that's kind of what I want to do. That's definitely what I want to do. I talked my wife into being my guinea pig. She knows very little about aviation. Doesn't understand how to fly a plane at all. Not even like a little Cessna. She likes some aviation, but nothing like me. So she agreed to be my guinea pig when I have a foundation of a course I want to do. So hopefully, if I can get it through her head, what I'm trying to say, it would help those other people who have the passion to want to learn it. She won't have the passion to learn it, which will be a whole different struggle. It's also nice because at work I have some people who have interest in learning about some of the aviation stuff. So I get to talk about this stuff with them, even though they have zero interest in ever doing flight sim. Well, actually one kind of does, just doesn't have the time. But I at least get to brainstorm with them a little bit, and it's helped me definitely come up with some ideas on this channel and be supportive. And that I've talked about this on the other stream I did last week, but like the flight sim community is, every community has its negative in there, right? Think about how much negativity there was with 2024 and, you know, the first week of launch for sure, and then of course it's still been going on because people are having technical issues with whatever. It's a sim. We're here to have fun. You know, we don't need any of that negativity in our lives. We don't need it in our lives, period. We definitely don't need it in a hobby. This is a hobby that we all have some sort of passion for. And we don't need any of that negativity in our lives. And that's really why I started getting back into YouTube, is so that I can be as positive a supporter as I possibly could. And of course, going through that path, there is some obstacles in there that make things unique and challenging. And I, adapt to that. But one thing I will not do is be quiet when something in the community isn't right. Whether it be an add-on, or if it's a Sobo and Microsoft. If there's a issue there, you know, I will be upfront about it. That's my soapbox for the day. Okay, we're 40 nautical miles from Orlando. Is there anything really close to Orlando that we can go to after this? I don't know if I want to do another flight or not.
American 516, contact Orlando, approach 124.8.
That's another new voice too. 124.8, American 516, see ya. Orlando approach, American 516, just passing 13,000, descending via rides 2. Forgot our information. Because I'm a dum-dum.
American 516, verify information November.
Information November, American 516.
American 516, Orlando approach, altimeter 3034, expect the visual approach, runway 35 right.
Expect the visual 35 right, American 516. We got Orlando. I was looking where Jackson goes, but Jackson come close to Orlando. Maybe a super short hop. It'd be like that Orlando Tampa kind of hop. I'll probably just call it after this. I don't want to do too much streaming. I'm not a big. I don't really like streaming, honestly. But I like the only positive that comes from this is getting to have those live conversations with the chat, which is really, really cool. Being that, you know, meet new people, get new knowledge, hopefully share knowledge. 99 Sun. Alright, so Grumpy, if you're still in, we're getting ready for that approach, so hopefully I can show you live here, if everything works out, how to do it. Our famous last words. I should probably do more of these evening streams. I normally do morning streams, as Jay knows. Or not Jay, as Fry knows. But it's been a minute. It's been a minute since I did the evening ones. See, right here, this looks fairly similar to 2020. It's definitely brighter, but it looks pretty similar to 2020. It's when you get lower and you start seeing all the street lights that you're like, wow, 2024, man. Huge step up. Tip for those who may be having performance issues. Steve, I think it was, on the channel. I want to make sure I give the credit to the right person, so bear with me for just a few moments. Stephen Gibbs. Oh, sorry, Stephen Gilbert gave a great tip. Oh, that's not us. I'm thinking Delta still. Anyways, he was having performance issues and he couldn't figure out why, so he did a driver reset and it's still causing issues. What he realized is that the SimBrief add-on for the EFB was causing there to be like a pause or stutter on landing, so he removed that. So if you have the SimBrief app integration into 2024 and are having stuttering issues, that might be a tip.
Orlando approach, Frontier Flight 1759.
Another tip to give you is, so earlier today I was having some FPS issue. I noticed it wasn't as smooth. FPS typically for me is between 80 and 90 in the air, but I was getting like 60s and 70s a lot of the time. So I deleted the cache. So wherever your cache is stored on your system, you go to the main menu at options, and then your cache. Find out where your cache is located. Delete the rolling cache, and it will make a new one the next time you load the sim. And all should be good. And since I did that, performance has been substantially better. Alright, so we're zoomed in here a little bit. We're coming up on Hannah. We should get our vectors momentarily. We're cleared to 6,000 at this point. Airport is in sight. Runway is right there. So at Hannah, we're expecting our final vectors. At Hannah...
American 516, leave Hannah heading 325. Expect radar vectors for visual approach runway 35 right.
There we go. Leave Hannah heading 325, American 516. Okay. 325.
American 516, turn left heading 330 vectors for the approach.
Left 330, American 516. Alright, so we're coming in for the vector. Yeah, see, there's that struggle again with processing the speech.
American 516, turn left heading 310, intercept the 35 right localizer, descend and maintain 4,500 feet.
Left heading 310, descend and maintain 4,500, American 516. Okay, let's just turn out left a little bit more. Alright, so we're going to, and it said intercept the localizer. So at this point, we can click on this little button. We can click on localizer. And now, as we get closer to the localizer, which is this path right here, once we get closer to this, the plane will automatically connect to it and make its turn in. You see how loc is blue? It's going to turn green, and that means it's been captured. And now we see down here, we have our distance from the airport. So you have our DME at 16 nautical miles.
Spirit Wings 3333, leave Cuba heading 195, expect radar vectors for visual approach runway 35 right.
The cool thing about the Airbus is the Airbus will automatically program your ILS radios. So, I'm going to go over here, but radio, see it's already been programmed, 111.15, that's on the chart. You see we're turning, we're intercepting, localizer's green. So on the chart here, 111.15, so we know we're on the right ILS approach. And we'll go ahead and arm our glide slope, and glide slope's been captured, so now we're going to start descending. The plane's automatically bringing us on in. Airport's in sight. We have the field in sight, American 516. Alright.
American 516 cleared visual approach runway 35 right.
Cleared for the visual 35 right, American 516. So hopefully, Grumpy, that helped you a little bit.
Spirit Wings 3333, fly present heading, descend and maintain 4,000 altimeter.
Winds are super calm here compared to Miami. Alright, let's go ahead and bring out flap 1, get it slow down a little bit. And go down here, ignition is on because I forgot to turn it off. Again, on landing, we're going to exit to the left at Juliet, probably. Take Juliet to Lima, Kilo, and then wherever. We'll hold short at 17 right. But then we'll go hotel, golf, probably. I'm not sure where American Park's at.
Orlando Tower 118.45.
Over to Tower 118.45, American 516, see ya.
You're welcome.
Oh. Well, I didn't say thank you this time, did I? Orlando Tower, American 516 on the visual, 35 right.
American 516, Orlando Tower, wind 045 at 8, runway 35 right, cleared to land.
35 right, clear to land, American 516. To make flights more comfortable, yeah.
Southwest 1722.
Feng shui. I feng shui my setup an awful lot.
Orlando departure.
An awful lot.
1722.
Thankfully, my wife tolerates it. But my setup, I like my setup now. I think I got a good setup. I need to do another video about it sometime down the road. Now that I got the FCU and EFIS. All right, gear coming down. Ground spoiler is armed. Been listening? Gotcha. Well, thanks for listening, Grumpy. 7 nautical miles out. We're gonna wait just a little bit longer for our flaps 2. We'll wait till you get about 6 nautical miles out. So we're not going too slow. Got planes behind us. Got some beeping lights out here in the distance, so that's a plane there too. Denver to BWI. Is that Baltimore? Dinner first. Yeah, that's next on my list. Dinner. Flaps 2. Flaps 3.
Southwest 1101, Orlando Tower, wind 045 at 8.
And full flaps out, slowing down.
Cleared for takeoff.
And AP is off. Disarmed. My aircraft.
1000.
Yeah, Baltimore, okay. I haven't flown in Baltimore for a little bit. That's a long flight.
Orlando Tower, steering wing 3333.
I like to do less than 300 nautical miles. That's kind of like my sweet spot.
Spirit wings 3333.
Alright, go a little low, so we're going to bring up the nose.
Wilco, steering wing 3333.
Alright, there's the wind kicked up now, up to 10 now. That's weird. There was like 0 wind moments ago, and then it picked back up. Alright, bring that nose back down a little bit. The Airbus, you don't want to give it too much correction, because it is fly-by-wire. So where you put it, that's where it's going to go.
500.
Oh, you're a night owl? Okay. I'm far. I used to be a night owl. I'm in bed by 10 now every day. I worked an afternoon shift too for work. So no excuses. Oh, we're all right. Screwing this whole approach up. Let's bring it back down. Slow it down a little bit. Calm down. Remember, be ahead of the plane.
100 above.
Subtle adjustments. Okay, looking really good.
Minimum.
Weird landing. Okay, slightly off course here. Gonna recorrect.
100.
Little high again.
1101, contact Orlando departure. 50.
Contact Orlando departure. Southwest 1101.
Alright, level out. Whew. That wind's kicking out. Alright. Wow, that wind got me last minute. Alright, reversers out. Flaps coming up. Alright. Whew. That was something. That wind like gusted to the side. Alright, we could exit here, so we might as well.
American 516, exit left at Juliet.
Well, we're exiting left at Juliet, American 516. Alright, let's go ahead and clear out that caution, clear out our air message. Spoiler is disarmed. And we are here on November.
American 516, contact ground 126.4. Have a good evening.
Ground 126.4, American 516, see ya.
As a reminder, please stay seated with your seatbelt fastened.
Orlando ground, American 516, looking to taxi to gate 75.
Don't forget to check your seat back pocket and surrounding area.
American 516, welcome to Orlando, gate 75 taxi via November, Juliet, Lima, Kilo, Hotel 1, Hotel 3.
Gate 75 via November, Juliet, Lima, Kilo, Hotel 1, Hotel 3, American 516.
Prior to leaving the airplane, If you are no longer using your read
Southwest 3190, contact Orlando Tower 1845.
So, I was watching Captain Canada stream a few days back, and he was using, say, intentions, and he was most definitely talking slower because I couldn't understand him half the time. I don't feel I do that with Beyond ATC. I feel like I'm talking pretty normal. Sometimes a little too fast. So we're not holding short anywhere. We're just kind of crossing the runways, which is, I suppose, right around the edge of the runway, so it makes sense. We're not like intercepting the runway. But the taxi instructions were spot on. No complaints there. Well, everyone, welcome to Orlando. That's a lot of fun today. We started off in Havana, Cuba. Made a stop in Miami. Did a turnaround flight in Miami, and did our second leg here in Orlando. Again, all the planes you see there, unless they're live traffic, are Beyond ATC traffic. Alright, here's Hotel and Kilo, Hotel 1 up and left. Gonna take it down to Hotel 3, and then our gate 75, I think it was. Absolutely grumpy. Thanks for coming on in. Oh, look at that. Got a Southwest taking off there. So cool. Man, like, I remember the first time I did Beyond ATC traffic, I was just blown away. I definitely didn't believe the hype initially. I was like, you don't need that. You want the FPS. The FPS is pretty darn good. Pretty darn good. About to miss my turn. Hotel 3. And gate 75. And there's 75 ahead of us. Alright, let's get the taxi lights off so we don't blind the invisible ground crew. I can barely see the taxi line there. Kind of came in all cockeyed. I think this is... No, this ain't default my Orlando, is it? No, I think it's an add-on. I think it's like, what, taxi to gate or something? Gate to taxi? Alright, we made it to Orlando. Let's go up here. Phoenix, GPU, chocks, toggle the jetway. Why can't we get jetway working anywhere? That's weird. External power is on. Go to start normal. Engines are coming off. I suppose we turn off the wing light. Close the flight.
Flight attendants, verify and disarm doors. Stand by for all calls.
Oh, whoa, whoa, whoa. 9.4. What happened there? What did I do wrong? Off-center landing. 7.54 from the center line. Perfect score under 4. I was off the center line, huh? That's unfortunate. Can I zoom in on here? No, I just move it, I guess. It was the wind at the end that got me. There's a little bit of a gust. It's normal conditions, but like the little... Oh, it's 193, cool. The little bit of gust just kind of caught me off guard. Oh well. Close enough. Close enough. Can I get the gate now? Or the... No. That's weird. That's weird. Alright, well, I closed out Beyond ATC, so there's no traffic anymore. But there's a beautiful Phoenix A319. Served us well today on our 2 American flights. It's a beautiful... Oh, that's what I was talking about earlier, the stairs. in Havana, I was talking about how like the co-pilot will come out and inspect the plane, and they'd go up and down these stairs. Can I do it? Dunk, dunk, dunk. Nope. Oh, door's open. What's that? Does that move the gate? Jetway? Huh, that's cool. Anyways, I appreciate everyone who watched today. A lot of fun. I am guessing next week will be the next stream, honestly. Probably next week. I have a new video on queue coming out sometime next week. Cool comparison video. And then I will probably be working on the stuff I was talking about earlier today. The tips and tricks and how to do certain things with the charts and whatnot. So again, thanks everyone for watching. Hope you have a really good night, a great rest of the week, and we'll see you next time for the flight. Take care.